So, as a distraction from everything else in my life and the war in Ukraine, I decided to just spend an hour reviewing TikTok videos on a love drama. So, this is a response to the drama between at Chelsea Hart is Me and at Modern Warrior. Basically, Modern Warrior is a Native American guy, lots of followers on TikTok, and he's the one who says, "Hey, colonizer." And today, a lot of people are responding with, "Hey, womanizer." And it's funny, but here's what happened. He was chatting up multiple women at the same time, and one of them, Chelsea, she told him once in the past that she was not into polyamorous relationships because he brought up the subject, and she said no. And so a little bit later, she decides to little bit later in the relationship, she decides to fly out to Denver, where Modern Warrior lives, and she has her first date with him and gets intimate and has unprotected sex on that first in-person encounter with him. Then flies back home. And then she sees on TikTok the very next day that he is on a date with somebody else. And so she's a bit horrified, finds out that, comparing timelines with the other lady, that during the same time that he was chatting her up during Valentine's Day and buying stuff for her, he was buying stuff for the other girl. And basically he was playing the field. He was using his TikTok fame to give him access to more women than men of his stature might normally have. I don't know, maybe even in person he has that much play, but he was definitely playing the field. It was a typical male douchebaggery move. A tale as old as time. Guys cheating on girls and not telling the girls that there are other girls in his life, right? So, Chelsea makes an angry video, then a few other videos, and Lance, Modern Warrior, he made a video apology, and then that's now down, but she responded to that apology not in a good way. This is an ongoing drama right now. It's for the past 24 hours, but you can follow both of their channels and just look up their channel names on TikTok and find everyone's responses to this. You can find the other girl as well. Chelsea actually stitched her and duetted her. There's a difference. So, yeah. In Chelsea's videos, especially when she was responding to Lance's apology video, which was very vague, he was really not saying much in his apology video, like a lot, and so it was so vague that it sent Chelsea into kind of a tirade on her response. About what he actually should be apologizing for. And in some of her responses, she said that because she said no to polyamory earlier on in their relationship, he should have known that it was no, in the month of February, after Valentine's Day, when she flew out to, meet him and then decided to have unprotected sex with him And then when she left, when he decided to have a date that he made a TikTok video of and put that up, when he decided to have that date the very next day with a different girl, that then constitutes an assault on her, in her mind. Right? And by assault, what I mean is to say, on TikTok, if you say the word rape, you're going to have your video flagged and not many people will see it. And so because these people are really concerned with views, even in their own, in their own turmoil of their relationships and airing of their dirty laundry out in public, they're still aware of certain words being, demonetized and pushed on the the TikTok algorithm. So she says the word assault, but like a sexual assault, like a rape, because Modern Warrior Lance didn't give her the full context of what his intentions were to date her and then date another woman the very next day. Nobody knows how far that went, but maybe there are even other women, right? Because he had one-on-one sex with her that night, she now says that he pushed a polyamorous relationship upon her, and that was a sexual assault. Now, the night that they had sex, there was only two of them together. But she's now saying that he has involved her in polyamory that she said no to months prior. And so now he is guilty of an assault. And I think that's a pretty good recap of the whole drama. Here's where I have some opinions on this. First, Lance playing the field, he's a little bit of a douche, not being, a serial monogamist, unless, stating so upfront with other also agreeing polyamorists. Generally speaking, I'd say that he's, he's your typical guy, douchebag who, just wants to get laid by as many women as possible, right? And he's using a little bit of subterfuge in doing so, which to me makes him a little bit less of a man. If you're going to be, if you have to lie to women in order to get them in bed, then there's something wrong with your game. You should fix that shit. But I take offense at her use of the term assault and sexual assault and saying, no means no, from months earlier when she flew all the way into Denver from a different state, basically intent on having sex with him. And saying that the next day him dating somebody else is then changing the context because he had other intentions in his mind that he did not let her know, and because he did things that she did not want him to do, which was have relationships with other women, right? I take offense at this being called an assault. Hear me out here. Let's flip the gender roles here. Say I fly to Seattle to have sex with a woman, and then the very next day she turns around and dates another guy and has sex with him. Can I say that she sexually assaulted me if I expected her to be monogamous to me, and all the while she maybe had some intent to test out the goods, and then date another guy and test out his goods. Was I in going into this thing, flying out to Seattle to see her? Do I have the ownership of her future relationships if I went into it thinking that it was completely monogamous, and I'm horrified, when she sleeps with the guy the next day? Is it okay for me to say that was an assault on me? That I've been now dragged into a polyamorous relationship? No. The other way around, maybe it makes sense to Chelsea, but to me, I'm saying, like, if somebody has a fling with someone over a weekend, over a one-night stand, and decides, you know what, this is really not working for me, and the very next day goes out on a date, that's not an assault on you, and you don't own what they do after they have seen you. After they have had sex with you, you don't own them. It's kind of creepy when men do it. When men think that, oh, you think the relationship's done now? You think you can go see somebody else? I don't want you seeing that. It's kind of creepy when men do it. It's seen as abusive and controlling. But in this case, she says that she has been violated, and that. And she actually, in her response videos to Lance, was saying that she felt like he felt entitled to her body and violated her trust. And, she got ahead of it a little bit, but what she's doing is basically slut-shaming Modern Warrior, by putting it out there that he's had multiple partners, and she's not happy with the fact that the very next day he went out and found somebody else and didn't really approach her about it, before he went out and did that. He didn't talk it over with her, find a minute in between the two relationships to say, hey, you know what, I didn't like that, so I'm going to go with this one. He didn't do that, and so therefore he is manslut and must be called out to the tune of millions of views on TikTok about people knowing about the goings on of their loins. And now we're all just dogs sniffing each other's assholes. That's what it is. But yeah, I really don't like that it's being characterized as a sexual assault. Those terms have definitions in law, for sure, and it has been said, even by Chelsea, that he didn't do anything illegal. And then she uses terms that definitely, suggest that maybe it should be in her mind, but yeah, I feel like there's something wrong with it. Yes, that honesty is important, and if you have to lie in order to get someone in bed, that says something about you. Probably not something that you're willing to face when you look in the mirror. But it's not rape. And because I don't care about my videos getting demonetized, I'll say that word. It just isn't. The guys have been using all sorts of different lines to get women in bed. There's an amount of personal responsibility that you have if you are going to go into a relationship to know who it is that you are fucking. Okay? Hear me out. You don't give your fucking personal bank numbers and your social security number to somebody online who's saying that they're a prince from another country who has money trapped in a bank account and they'll pay you back, right? You don't do that shit, right? You also don't meet someone with your phone in little videos and then figure that you know their whole fucking life. And then fly out and think, oh, all of those little things that were chats back and forth and little things through this little fucking dehumanizing box that's in the in-between and you know, for real fucking interactions with people. You don't figure you fucking know somebody and then fly all the way across the country to have that congenital visit, you know. Yeah, God. You don't do that and figure you know everything about someone. You know, there used to be a day where people would date a couple times to feel someone out to see if they actually trusted them, what their personality was in person before they jumped into the sack with them. And if, you know, you fly out for a weekend and in that first in-person visit, if you jump in the sack with them, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. What I am saying is you didn't know them, right? You didn't really know. All you know of anyone who's on camera like this or on camera like up and down video too, all you know about people is what they show you online, right? If you really want to get to know somebody, be around them for a couple weeks before you start fucking them. Because you don't know how many other people these people will have on the line ready to reel in, fly out to Denver, and fuck them. You know, the more popular somebody gets online, the more likely there is that somebody's willing to fly to whatever city to fuck them. And if you think you're the only one, and that the connection you had with your, you know, phone videos to them was so fucking unique, then I got a bridge in Arizona to sell you. That's my feelings on that. Like, to take it from not really knowing somebody because you only met online and talked to them, and then flying out and then having sex with them on that same day, and then to find out that they weren't who you thought they were, and so then it equates to when they turn out to be somebody who wants to have multiple partners, that they then sexually assaulted you because they didn't give you the full context of who they were. How did you think you were gonna figure that shit out with this phone? You know. She should have swiped left. That's what I'm saying. It's probably a take you're not going to see in other places, but I said it. It wasn't rape. It wasn't sexual assault. He promised her forever, and forever came quite a few days short. That's what it is. He's a terrible guy. That's all.